When I listen to students recording, I almost never correct individual sounds, and most apps do. They focus on pronunciation sound by sound, and it's good. But it's not the most important thing for sounding Korean. Today, I will tell you what actually matters more than perfect sounds, and why it makes your Korean sound natural much faster. My name is Seunghee. I've been teaching Korean for almost 10 years. And after correcting thousands of recordings, one pattern kept showing up. I'm gonna tell you the 3 things that matter more than perfect pronunciation, and for each one, I'll give you a small drill to practice it at home. Most pronunciation practice is about sounds. So you learn that is more like not o, and that's useful. Sounds are easy to point at and easy to drill. But here's what I noticed. The non-native speakers who sound most fluent don't always have perfect sounds. Sometimes their is a little off, or sometimes their 받침 isn't quite native, but they still sound right when they speak, because they've got something else correct. What is the other thing? Actually, it's the 3 things. Let me walk through each one. The first thing is rhythm. Korean has its own beat. But if you say a Korean sentence with perfect sounds but in English rhythm, it sounds foreign. But if you say it with correct Korean rhythm, even when some sounds are a little off, it still sounds Korean. Think of it like music. If you play every note correctly but in the wrong rhythm, the song doesn't feel like the song anymore. The rhythm is what holds it together. Same with Korean. So take one Korean sentence, listen to a Korean person say it, and then imitate not just the sounds but the speed and the small pauses between the words. And you can record yourself and listen back. You will hear your Korean starting to change. The second thing is stress, where you put the energy in a sentence. In English, you press hard on certain syllables, right? That's how the meaning lands. But Korean stress is a little bit different. The energy spreads more evenly instead of pressing hard on 1 or 2 syllables. So when students stress Korean sentence the way they stress English, every sentence sounds intense. And Korean listeners notice it right away, even if they can explain it why it sounds off. Here's my suggestion. Listen to a Korean person talking normally and notice how even the energy is. Then record yourself saying the same sentence, then listen back for where you press too hard, and try again the next time, a little bit more lighter. The third thing is what your voice does at the very end of a sentence. In Korean, the ending tone tells you a lot. A flat tone is a statement. A rising tone is a question. And a small drop at the end means you're finished. These little tones aren't random. They carry meaning that the words alone cannot. So if your sounds are perfect, but your ending tone is wrong, Korean listeners get confused. They can't tell if you're asking or if you're telling or finishing a thought. Here's a small drill for intonation. Pick 3 sentences from a drama. 1 statement, 1 question, and 1 that is just finishing a thought. Listen to where the voice goes at the end of each one. Then say it out loud yourself, record it, and compare. When a student sends me a recording, here's what I say. I don't say, fix this one sound, but I say, listen to how I sound and match the shape of the sentence, the rhythm, the stress, and the ending tone. After a few weeks of working on the shape, the sounds get better too, because the rhythm pulls the sounds in the right direction automatically. Most students work on the sounds first and the rhythm last. But I want you to do it the other way around. Rhythm first and let the sounds follow. Imagine 2 students. Student A spends 1 hour a day drilling Hangul sounds for 6 months. That's 180 hours of sound work. And student B spends 10 minutes a day imitating the rhythm of native sentences. That's about 30 hours. Which one sounds more Korean after 6 months? In my experience, student B, even with much less time. Why? Because rhythm is the thing Korean listeners really listen for. So tonight, pick 1 Korean sentence from a drama or a song and listen to the shape of how it is said, the rhythm, the stress, the ending. Then say it yourself and try to match the shape, and you can record it. If you want a place to send those recordings every week and get real feedback from me on the rhythm, not just the sounds, our free Korean speaking community is right below. A full weekly speaking plan totally for free. One prompt every week, you record and I correct. The link is below. I'll see you inside.